This is a Atkinson. Is it that Atkinson cycle engine? Um, Usually they do that cycle by using cam timing. Basically, they keep the intake valve open a little bit more so that some air is pushed back into the intake, I guess, and basically it's to increase the efficiency of a engine. And yeah, I've done one that's more like this, which is funny. It's not like this, but I think it's funny because it's stupid and it will never work. But I'm gonna make it a little bit slower so we can see. You got your crank here with a leaking rod, and you got a ratio of 2 to 1 between the two. And if you got more than one cycle, you will need like one cycle. If you got more than just one cylinder, you will need like a second crank here too. But yeah, basically the like you got your intake stroke that stop here, it compress. Your power stroke is longer than your intake stroke, so it make the engine more efficient uh, by giving more power to. Anyway, fuck it. Yeah, would it be more like useful, like instead of like should you do this instead of just changing your valve timing? Eh, I mean, would you bother doing that? That's way more complex. Well, way more complex. Not that more complex, but you got a bunch more parts into making this. I tried to put like the second crank like down there, but it didn't work, and I don't know why. Uh, I'm guessing that if you had a turbo engine, if you keep your valve open longer, uh, so that basically you push back air into the intake, that would like your piston will force back air in. So I guess it's slightly less efficient. So it's cool mainly because it's cool, but would it matter really? Like this is I've got inspired by like the I think it was the Hyundai engine that got the same vaguely the same mechanism, but um, it was a variable. This thing is variable, mine is not, and basically the instead of having a longer stroke like this is a short stroke and the other is a long stroke. Instead of being at the bottom, it's at the top. So like the piston stop uh, higher or lower depending. Like they wanted to have a variable compression ratio, so that I guess they are playing with the turbo or something. Mine is not that. It's inspired by that, but it's not that. And yeah, welcome to my nightmare. this, I, if like, it would be cool if somebody would try to make like one of them just a fucking ghetto made one cylinder just to see if it will work. I don't know why it wouldn't. And by the way, you could like this is 2 to 1, so you can have your valve on the top and use this gear here as your cam gear too, where you put your chain that goes through your cam. So, and yeah, it's funny. And Open your mind. Look at this. Like it's funny because it's the stroke is shorter or longer, which is weird to see. Just looking at this is like what? Like pulling hair, power, pulling hair, power, pulling hair, power. Exhaust tube, but yeah. So yeah.